if you're looking to make a beautiful professional website, so let's say maybe you want more animations, maybe you want more integrations on there, or maybe you just want a larger library of videos and blog posts. So with that being said, guys, let's get started on this tutorial. So what you want to do is you're going to come over to webflow.com. Okay, and once you come over to webflow.com, basically what you're going to do over here is you're going to see this very user-friendly interface. It's going to look like this. And here it says, build with the power of code without writing any. Take control of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a visual canvas. Webflow generates clean and semantic code for you. Okay, so just go ahead into Webflow. Now, once you have gone into Webflow, what you're going to do from here is you're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. It's free. So over here, you're going to add your obvious email address. Okay, and once you've added your email address, what you're going to do from there, so you're going to click on Continue, and it's going to take you through the whole, verification process and all. So you're also going to go ahead and click on Create New Password. Now, once the password is Create Account, and once you've clicked on Create Account, just click on Continue, and everything should be good to go. You can save your details as well, which is a pretty good option. And then once you do that, here it's going to say, what is your name? Please let us know. Obviously, you're going to add your name, first name, last name, and then it says, what do you want to build websites for? Select all the options that actually apply to you. They have a quick couple questions. So it's going to ask you these couple questions. So we're going to go through and answer those right now. So we're going to say, whatever the website is built for. I'm going to say myself, obviously. Are you a student? Obviously, if you're a student, go with yes. If not, then go with no. I'm going to go with yes. Then what type of site are you looking to build today? Business site, e-commerce store, portfolio, blog, or other. Now, this obviously depends on you, on whatever type of website you want to build. Okay, so in this case, you can build either just a regular website, or you can go with an e-commerce store where you can build a lot of things. I'm going to go with business site, but you can also go with blog to get a lot of information in. So I'm going to go with business site in this tutorial's case, and I'm going to click on finish. And once you click on finish, it loads us in, and it brings us to, the whole loading pop where it says optimizing everything. And it gives us a basic template with a whole bunch of features, and it makes it as quickly as possible. But like to tell you how to add a picture and some headers and stuff. So when you end up on the main dashboard, what I recommend doing is actually going up to the top left. So let's just wait for it to load up. So as you can see here, you are going to load up into your dashboard. Okay, and once you load it up into your dashboard, it's going to be a piece of cake from there on out. Okay, because in the dashboard, you can see you have your designer over here where you can, actually create designs for yourself. Then on the left hand side, you have all the basics things. So we're going to go ahead and create some new projects. But just to touch on to some things, you can also go into the showcase or the marketplace where you can get an overview of all the libraries and apps that they have. And the fun thing about, going to the showcase or the resources that they have is that you can actually see the community and the types of things that they've created for themselves. And you can also learn with different creators that are present on the Webflow community. And obviously, these are all great programmers and coders that have made our life easier for us. Okay, and again, in Marketplace, you can get an overview of all the different experts. You can get different apps for yourselves. You can browse apps. These are free. You can also get experts to create things for you. You can see made in Webflow things as well. So these are basically projects that other people have created, and you can see the different types of things. These are obviously templates that you can see, but you can showcase them on your own website as well. You can also showcase your own website on the store. You can show people what you've made. But yeah, these are the type of things that people have made, and these looks really nice. Like, look at the design, look at the styling, look at the amount of work they've really put in, and it's a really cool feature. And let's say if you want to clone it, you can actually clone these things. So let's say I want to clone, I'm gonna go ahead and clone this one, this compounding well tax efficiently. This thing looks really cool to me. So I'm just gonna go over here, hover my mouse over this, click on view, and what this will do is it's going to open up this really popular design, and it's going to allow me to obviously go ahead and find similar templates, or I can actually go ahead and open up this live site to get a general idea of how this looks, or I can even hire this editor to create a website just like this for me. So pretty great and pretty amazing stuff that you can notice on this premium template section of your basic Webflow. You can also go with the different free templates that you have. And to go with the free templates, again, go into Marketplace. You're going to go over to templates over here. And in the template section, as I stated, you can find great paid templates, but you can also find great free templates. And the free templates are the powerhouse of everything because most people obviously like working with free templates. Not a lot of people enjoy working with actual paid templates for themselves. Okay. So once you have gotten to this template workspace, what you can do is you can search for some certain type of template like portfolio, real estate, etc. Then there's different types of things over here. But you can go with a free template anytime that you want. You can even just write free template and it's going to give you free template. So you get the point. Now we're just going to go ahead and move over to our dashboard. And once we've understood the whole concept of the dashboard, we're going to go ahead into the editor. So to go to the editor, you're going to click on new site. And once you click on new site, it gives you two options, blank or template. Okay. So we're going to go on blank, and now within the editor, it's completely white. And I wasn't kidding when I said that this is a blank site. So we see on the left-hand side that through some of the fundamentals, you can see the stuff you want for your page. And then once you have the stuff you want on your page, you can edit that on the right side. So these are the ways you can edit what's on your page. Now this is how you actually add all the content and editorial stuff on your page. So I'm just going to wait for the designer to open up. And when the designer opens up, trust me, you are going to love the side of everything because the features that it provides you and the editorial sequences that it provides you are absolutely out of this world. And obviously, there's so many integrations in this website as well. Like you can integrate different things. You can also import the HTML and CSS code for this website as well, which is pretty incredible. But yeah, as you can see, my site is loaded up. So on the top view, you can see the different styles of pages. You can see your designing tab over here. You can switch from designing to editing as well. Designing is just styling elements. Editing is, static and dynamic content like the layout and stuff. So basically, this is how you keep all these things in mind. And when we're doing all of this, now let's start off on the left-hand side and see everything down here, starting off with the very first thing that is basically the title. Okay, and you can add different things. So when it comes to adding, you can add different structures, grids, and columns. These are basic boxes. So let's say if I were to add this section over here, look at that, it adds the section. And you can also add different things like containers, and obviously it gives us an idea of the things that we're adding. So there you can see we add container as well right under our main header section. And essentially you can increase the size of these things as well if you want to, and you can add different things between it as well. So this is our first section, and under our first section we have our first container, and we can start adding things in this by adding styling components. You can create different components, but we're going to get into this later. Let's say I want to add some type of color in this. Okay, so in the background I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to go with a bit of a darker shade. So let's go with this dark color over here. And once you go with this dark color, you can also come into the assets over here. And these assets are really fun as well because the assets allow you to upload different types of media onto this. So here's your assets, and you can upload your very own media that you can, actually brand ambassador on. So let's say I'm gonna, I want to upload some photos of some shoes because my store is, let's say, essentially based on shoes. So here we have some photos of some shoes. I'm going to go ahead and add both of them. They're going to upload over here in these files, and look at that. You can upload your photos, you can upload your files, and let's say I want to add them in the container. You can add them in the container, and look at that. It's going to replace the image. You can also add this outside the container anywhere that you want to go with. You can change its positioning as well by going on size. You can go on a height. You can go on different colors and the different types of X and Y coordinates, which basically move it around. Okay. And moving on, you can also add different images into this as well. So let's say if I were to, shift this up here, you're going to get a stretched image of the shoe into your design. You can make it bigger if you want to. You can make it smaller, or you can even add your website's logo over here. So just to give you an example, I'm going to go in assets again. I'm going to go in upload. And once you go in upload, we're going to come here. I have this swoosh of Nike. I'm going to add it over here, and I'm going to paste it up here. Okay. And look at that. And then you can just make the size smaller. So look at that. How cool does that look? So you can just add a PNG in the top left section, and it's going to look like this, and it's going to look absolutely amazing. It's going to look absolutely out of this world. And the designing scheme is, just amazing over here. Now, I'm also going to change the color a bit to some off-white shade. Okay, let's go with this shade over here. That looks much better. And you can also increase the size of the collage that you want to go with. I'm going to delete this container for now. Moving on, once you've, actually gone ahead and made a whole layout for the header, you can start adding different components and elements in this as well. Now, the fun part about this is that you can also add a container inside of your design. So let's say you have your ad design over here. You can add a container literally inside the design, and it's going to look like that. And, just add anything else in the container, like some form of text or some form of, font, text, styling, or design. You can even make small columns out of this. So again, we're going to go back to add, and you can add quick stacks, you can add columns. Let's say I'm going to go ahead, add quick stacks, and you can add these quick stacks in containers like this. And obviously you can make one container smaller, you can make one container bigger if you want to. That depends on the type of work and styling you want to go with. Basically, all of these designs that I'm showing you, these are based off just things that I could potentially create, or you could potentially create. In the end, whatever you're going to want to create, you are going to create it in the end by yourself. So this is all the stuff that you can do potentially. But yeah, as I said, in the end, create whatever works best for you. So let's say we have this over here, right? And I want to add some things into this. So I'm going to add a button, put it here. And once you have a button, you can increase its size and all. So to increase the size, what you're going to do is you can align it in the center. You can bring it a bit down. Yeah, there you go. So that looks better, right? Then once you have the button text, you can obviously write something on top of this text as well. And for that, you can obviously go into styling, or you can go into settings, which is obviously your interactional setting. And to change what's written on the button, just go here and you can write, let's say, shop now. I'm going to write that. And once you write shop now, this is a place where I can add, some type of text file, or, some type of link block. Let's say I'm going to go with heading. I'm going to add heading over here. And here, I can write new Nike Air Jordan Elites on sale. Okay, I'm just gonna add that, bring that up, and then you can add different, you could say, colors into this design if you want to by going into styling. Add different colors. You can change the alignment. You can mess with the alignment and just make it look much better. So you get the general output of all that. You get the general idea of all that. It just makes your design looks much more better. It makes your design have a much more open feel to it. Then moving on, once we've, actually created a header and everything, what you can do is you can head on more into the more detailed designs, okay? And what do I mean by more detailed designs? By more detailed designs, I mean specifically, let's say we want to add some styling into the bottom sections. So I'm going to go and add. Once you go on add, you're going to come down here and let's say I'm going to add another section, okay? Now here's another section, and you can obviously increase the size of this section if you want to. And you can give this tag of a section. Now, let's say I'm going to go ahead and add some widgets into this, okay? So over here, we're going to go ahead with, first of all, let's go with this heading. I'm going to go with new products, okay? And once you've added your new products, what you're going to do is you're going to start adding your actual new products. So to add our actual new products, I'm going to go ahead to this, and here is my new products. Okay, that's my first product. Obviously, you're going to make sure that it comes under new products, and then we're going to go to images again. I'm going to add my second new product, just like that. So you can start adding these products however you want, and increase the size of these images. And you can obviously separate the linings between these products, and you can even make them listings if you want to. And to make them listings, go ahead, open up the list section, and make these between an actual list. Wait, I'm just gonna make it look a bit better. To make it look a bit better, again, just come over here. You can even make it into an H-flex like that. It brings a horizontal bordering, you could say, and it just looks much better. And then you can add text lines in front of these. Okay, so to add text lines, just come on add, and then obviously, first of all, you have text block. Then again, you're just gonna go ahead and add this text block down here as well. So to do that, again, click on plus, text block, add it over here, and make sure to add it up here, not down there. So over here, you can first of all write the details about the shoe, like black, let's say Air Max. I'm just gonna call it that. That's not the name of these shoes, but you get the point. And then you can do the same for this bottom one. And once you have all of that, you can obviously mess with the styling of the section as well. Like just go on style over here. You can first of all choose the type of display you want to go with. I'm going to go with the default display that I was already on because it looked much better. Once you do that, what you're going to do from there is you can choose the fonts of the section. Let's say I'm going to go with Impact. Impact seems like a good font. Then there's color. Okay. Now, clearly, right now the color is transparent, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it to something different. Let's choose the whole section. Make sure to choose the section, not the body, because that is not what we're gonna want to go with. Yeah, there we go. There's the section. Scroll down, choose the actual color, not of the borders, but of the actual section by going into styles. And once you're into styles and you want to go into the background of the actual things, just come here into effects. You can also choose if you want to, actually blend the borders into the effects. But I'm going to go into the background, change the color a bit, switch it up with maroon. You can also go with the background. You can add it onto the text if you want to. Now, obviously, mine has just gone white, so I'm going to change that to a darker variant. Yeah, there we go. So that is how you can change your background colors as well. Then moving on, obviously, this is the basics of how you're going to add some stylings and how you're going to add some, fun stuff into your website. But moving on, let's also discuss the pages, okay? This is obviously just adding elements, and you can keep on checking out different elements from here. There's a lot of things. You can add a search bar, drop down menu, navigation bar. Like, let me just quickly show you the whole drop down bar thing. So let's say you have a drop down bar here. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to bring it up here. And once you come up here to the drop down bar, there we go. So you can add a drop down bar and you can add different options into the drop down bar with different links. Okay. So it looks pretty fun and it looks pretty easy to use as well. Now moving on comes pages. Okay. And you can add more static pages for yourself. So to add more static pages, you're just going to click on create new page. And once you click on create new page, let's say I'm going to go here, we can make this our contact us page. Okay. And once you made it your contact us page, you're going to make sure if it has a parent folder. And once you've done all of this, go ahead and click on create. And there you go. Then you have your contact us page, and you can add the same styling for this that you did for the previous page. And the way you do this, like, you don't need to just go ahead and copy the whole thing. You're just going to come here, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the amount of styling that you put into that. You're going to copy all of these settings off of here. Okay. And once you've inherited the selector, you can just come to this page over here. And yeah, it's going to be pretty easy and pretty basic stuff. You can also add different layouts from templates as well. So let's say I'm going to first of all let's add a navigation bar. Okay. Once you've added a navigation bar, moving on, you can also add different components that you can create for yourself, different variables, style selections, again, as I stated, assets, and a whole lot of other things, but you get the point. And you can also use different parent elements for yourself as well. So really great, really fast working, and really amazing stuff. And this is obviously only a designing input. You can also go into the editing input. And the editing input is where you can just have an access to all the asset solutions and all the CMS solutions. So the more you could say featureful and the more useful part of the whole designing bit would be just coming and using the designing input. And as you can see, now that you have this whole layout, you can start adding things under it as well. So again, go into add. You're going to go into layouts, and let's say I'm going to add you're going to go into library, and you're, going to find some layout for some contact vibes. So I'm going to go with a hero over here. There we go. And obviously you can write things like contact us. Then you can, name this button for, email here. And then you can add some details up here on how they're going to contact you. So, just add the necessary details. And then down here, obviously, then you're just going to need a footer. And again, just go into layouts. And this is obviously for just easier workings. Go into layouts, go into footers, and just add it over here. So yeah, basically this is how you're going to slowly start developing your store on Webflow. And obviously it may seem a bit complicated in the start, but trust me, it's absolutely easy. And the amount of working and the amount of, you could say, dignity that goes into actually creating stuff with this, it's not as difficult as all the other, workers you have out there. So it's really easy and really fun to use these things for ourselves. So again, all you're going to do is just make sure that you have a concept of how to use, softwares like Wix or Squarespace, and you have the concept of them. Trust me, it's going to be an absolute game changer. So yeah, you get the point and you get the gist of all of this. And once you've talked about the whole creation, you're going to go ahead into publish. And before publishing, you can also see the preview of the website. So you can toggle the preview and you can check if the website's features and everything works normally. Like, let's say I'm going to come to the homepage and, you get a general style. You can check the drop down. You can see if the website works fine. And if it does, just go ahead, click on publish. You're going to click on publish to select a domain. You can go with a custom domain if you want to, or you can go with a domain that they have themselves, obviously. So just choose their domain. And once you do that, basically, yeah, your domain is going to be published and everything is going to be pretty much good to go. And then you also have different site settings that you can mess with. And when it comes to messing with site settings, it's absolutely simple. Okay. Down here, you have your logo, which is your favicon. Basically, favicon is this up here in the top left. So, what you see over here, this is your favicon. Then there's the main web clip, which is the logo of your main website. Here's the name of your websites, the localization, language codes, you have your website passwords and all. So pretty easy and pretty simple things to get your head around. You can showcase your website in different ways, share your workspace templates. You have Webflow brandings that you can turn on or off depending on the paid plans you have, and a whole lot more. And coming to plans, you can check the plans out at in the settings. And here are the 4 basic plans that you can get for Webflow. So these are obviously the build yearly plans, and these are the build monthly plans. So for the website plans, these are only the website. These are not e-commerce. E-commerce basically provides you, the payment providers and all. So we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about website first, and then I'm going to take you to the e-commerce providers. So in website's case, starter is $0. Okay. So it's best for learning how to use Webflow, and that was exactly what we were using just to learn Webflow. Then there's basic, which is $18. So it's best for launching a simple site. You get a custom domain with 0 CMS items and 500 monthly form submissions. Then there's CMS, which is $29 per month. It's billed monthly, and you get a best for a blog and other content-driven site. Okay, and again, custom domain, 2,000 CMS items, 1,000 monthly form submissions, 3 content editors, and a whole lot more. Then there's business, which is $49 per month. Okay, and this is the big boy because you get custom domain, you get 10,000 CMS items, and you get 2,500 monthly form submissions with 10 content editors, which is pretty fire if you think about it. Now, moving on, obviously that was just your website. Now let's move on to e-commerce site, which is the main game changer. Now, obviously, e-commerce is going to be a bit more expensive. Not a bit, quite more expensive, because when it comes to e-commerce, you're actually, making a lot of money. And for making a lot of money, you have providers, for payments, and obviously sending money is a lot of, processes, and it's a pretty hefty process. So for that, you have upgraded plans, which is the standard plan. So it's perfect for new businesses getting off of the ground. You get 500 e-commerce items, 2% transaction fee, and all CMS plan features for $42 per month. Then there's the Plus plan, which is $84 per month, and you get 5,000 e-commerce items, 0% transaction fee, and all business plan features. And then finally, $235 for the advanced feature, where you get 15,000 e-commerce items, 0% transaction fee, and all business plan features are available. So how incredible and amazing is all of this? So these are the pricings for when it comes to using Webflow. And yeah, that's the general output of all of it. Now, if you enjoyed watching this video and if it was really informational to you, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know down in the comments below and I'll be making more for you. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. Now, if you enjoyed watching, do let me know in the comments below, because it takes a lot of effort making these videos and I would really appreciate some support. And moving on, again, a general summary would be that you just need to know the general working and editing of Wix and Squarespace. And if you have a general idea of that, trust me, using Webflow is a piece of cake. And Webflow is basically a free version of WordPress, a much efficient, and you could say a person who doesn't want to get into the whole WordPress thing, you can use Webflow. Even if you want to, start using WordPress, starting off from Webflow would be a good option, because Webflow is, you could say, a lighter version of WordPress. So yeah, pretty great stuff. So yeah, in the end, drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you all keep having an amazing day. That was all from me, and I'll see all of you next time. Goodbye.